So welcome to the final part of Milon's Secret Castle, and off screen I did grind for some money. So I need to buy one more item, which I can find right here. This is going to be the paint, and what the paint does is that when you shoot an invisible block, it's going to keep it there. Whereas if you shot the invisible block earlier, it would have stayed invisible, and that would have caused a lot more trouble. But now I must proceed into the right tower. This place is pretty tricky because you gotta wait for these things. I want this. And, let's see, you have all these enemies flying at you, which makes it even trickier to deal with. Actually, getting hit really isn't that important here, because here I can find another honeycomb. And that's gonna be the last one, so I just need to fall my ass down here. And now we gotta weave past lightning and gates of electricity, and yeah, this place isn't very fun. So, let's see, I know there's a bee here somewhere, and I need to activate it. Okay, well at least that umbrella was pretty helpful. And yeah, this part is very tricky because you got some tough jumps, you got a lot of things that want to kill you. And that is not a very funny game. And just a lot of running I gotta do. Ow. Yeah, see, that's the problem here, because it is really easy to get hit by stuff and then end up getting knocked upwards and just end up losing your shield in an instant, which can happen. Anyway, we got a boss here, and I am going to be taking a different strategy here. I am just going to stay back and then jump and then shoot it. He's jump and shoot. He's not jump and shoot man, but he is an elf or something. But anyway, the bosses here are going to shoot a lot faster, and their shots are going to be a lot more damaging, so it is not very wise to rush in and try and take these guys on head on. Instead, what I'm doing is just taking my time here, and then just trying to pick them off. And unfortunately, I lost my shield, which is unfortunate because there is a pretty tough stretch coming up. Alright, end up beating him. I think what this crystal does is it lets you shoot more than one shot without umbrellas, so that's always good. And we got the canteen, which is going to be critical towards finishing the game. And extinguishing the fire, what that meant was I can now attack those fire enemies as well as some pretty nasty crows later on without, or I can actually kill them now. Before I could just hit them over and over again and not have anything happen. Let's see, but here we are in the left tower. And this place is very tricky because you do have to... Or there is one specific block that you have to break, otherwise it just keeps going on and on. And that was it right there. That dollar... Or that one block with the dollar sign. And unfortunately I can't get that. So let's just keep going here. And see, what I have to do here is I have to keep going and then just eventually break one of the blocks. It's gonna be, should be this one, or, yeah, it wasn't one of those, but anyway, now that we did that, let's just keep going here. And yeah, this is a very tricky part of this game, and this is the final part of the game actually. And it is very tricky because it is even more confusing, if that's hard enough to believe. And, you do have to do, like, very specific stuff in order to advance. Oh, damn it, I didn't make the jump that time. But, let's see, instead what I have to do, so I gotta do all that, or that whole thing over again. Which is really unfortunate, but that's just the way this game is. So, let's just get going down here. So, let's see, what I have to do is, break these 3 blocks, and then jump in between them somehow. And then end up there. Alright, now we got our last incarnation of the blob, and this guy's not too hard, but his shots are pretty damaging, so you do have to worry about that. And see, what's up next for as far as those Mega Man games go? We haven't quite decided on a time to re-record Mega Man V, but I should be able to record Mega Man X4 this weekend. And I do plan on uploading this on the week of September 9th. And then I'll probably just upload Mega Man X4 next week, depending on what happens. I mean, this is only going to be a 3-part series, so I mean, it should be pretty easy to at least put together. And with that, we beat the the second to last actual boss. So what I gotta do here is just shoot these things. Because here's our entrance, or here's the area where I can find the sword and the scepter, or the crown and the scepter, and uncover the actual queen. Damn it, I wanted that. And I ended up activating the V when I didn't want to. Anyway, let's see, what I gotta do is I gotta get down here. And then, I mean, I'll admit I'm being more of a tour guide here, but, you know, that's just the way this game is. It is just so confusing. I'm gonna be a bit more technical here with this one. So, let's see, I need to break this, get rid of you. And then the second you touch him, run out of there, or you touch her, run out of there, because it turns into a crow, and then the only way you can kill this thing is with the water. And then you just have to keep shooting it over and over again. And this thing is pretty pesky to deal with, especially when you're in narrow spaces, and especially with these red jerks. But he is dead, and we have got ourselves a crown. So let's just go ahead and leave this place. And you do so. Let's see, there's gotta be one here somewhere. Yeah, I think what I have to do is I have to jump up and then go to the right and then go from there. But yeah, this is probably what to expect out of my Let's Plays over the next few months, is that they're going to be short games, they're going to be challenging games, but they are still going to be fun. And I think I've already said that before. But anyway, I'm going to farm for health. I'll see you when I'm done. Alright, now that we're back, I did find B in the well, or in the second room in the well. So what I gotta do is I gotta go back to the fireplace. And there was that specific hint that let's see, one of the men at the shop gave me. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna go down here and beat the hell out of this fire guy. But then also I do have to push a block, or a specific block, in the fireplace. First I want this heart, just because you can never have too much health. At least with the way this game is. I mean, fortunately I haven't had any bad stretches yet where I've gotten stuck on top of enemies. But that'll probably change soon. So let's see, what I need to do here is avoid the fire. And yeah, there are way too many things going on here. So let's just see if we can't kill this thing. Alright, well that didn't go the best, but here we are facing another boss, and I mean the pattern's gonna be the same, so the strategy's gonna be the same. I'll probably just speed this up. Alrighty, now these done, we got another crystal. I also think that's an odd taste how, or an odd touch how the, regular stage music plays. I just thought that was kind of strange. But let's see, what I need to do is get away from this thing. And see, there's gonna be a bee here somewhere. But instead what I'm doing is... shit. Instead what I'm doing is just getting ambushed by enemies left and right here. Let's see, I got to, yeah, I gotta go up here and find the, or fight the other crow. Let's see, what we gotta do is go here, and then this one's a little bit trickier because there are not only gonna be enemies everywhere, but you have such a narrow space in order to hit this thing. Or you have such a tight space to work with, because he's not gonna go down at any point. But fortunately he's dead and I got the scepter. So now I gotta leave this place forever. So with that, I'm just gonna go on one last farm and then I will see you for the final 2 bosses. Alrighty, now that we're here, I got to just make jumps. And here we face our final boss, our final regular boss. And what this guy does, he shoots a lot faster and he shoots a lot more frequent. So once again, I don't want to rush in there and get myself in trouble. And see, while I'm here, I might as well talk about different things I'm going to be doing for fall. Like I said before, I'm focusing on shorter games where recording is easier. And I do have a bunch of games in mind. Oh wow, that did a lot of damage. Let's see, what I was thinking about was let's see, some other licensed games. I'll probably give the sequel to Flintstones Being Surprised at Dinosaur Peak another shot. I mean, I have beaten it before, but once again, that's one of those games you can only emulate. And then, let's see, some other games like Bucky O'Hare, and then might actually give Fester's Quest a shot at Halloween. We will have to see. So yeah, I'm gonna farm again. I'll see you at the end. Okay, well I guess I can't record for too long, otherwise the lag starts going crazy. But anyway, here we are at the last stage of the game. And this one is definitely a doozy. What you gotta do is there are 4 different rooms, and we got a hint earlier that said there's only one Maharito, which is the wizard that took over. So there are 4 specific rooms. Each of them have their own wizard in them, but only one of them's real. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna try and fight my way past these crows, and then when I'm done, I'm just gonna keep going over to the right, because let's see, in my experience there are 4 specifically colored rooms, but the green one has always had the wizard in them. So let's just get going here. And see, this is the blue one, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and go all the way to the right and then work my way left. And then hopefully if I did it right, I'll kill him on the first go around, but we will have to see. I did not need to do that. And yeah, that's the tough part about this, is there's a lot of narrow spaces you have to worry about. There's also a lot of tough jumps here. I mean, fortunately you have the right equipment to work with, but here we are in the specific room I wanted to be in. So that's just... Okay, well, first thing I want to do is wipe this guy out first, because I just don't want him giving me any trouble when I'm trying to kill the wizard. And turned out there are 2 of them. That's not fun. So let's just go ahead here. And let's see, since I'm here... Alright, well, since I got him out of the way, hopefully that's going to make things a little bit easier. But one never knows. So let's see, let's just get in here. And there is going to be a bee here. And way to make a liar out of me, game. So let's see, I can only hit him when his cape is open. So let's just hope this goes well. Now you show up. Stupid thing. Anyway, bees were not very kind to me in this game. And that is it. We have beaten the wizard and we have saved Castle Garland, and have beaten a pretty tough game in Milon's Secret Castle. And unfortunately, you get your basic congratulation ending. But yeah, that's just kind of the way those earlier games go. But now for my final thoughts on the game. While this game does put a premium on exploration, and it does do a good job, I guess, having you, like, making you think for yourself, but at the end of the day, if it were a bit more polished, I mean, this would be a classic, in my opinion. But unfortunately, there are just some things that are some missed opportunities, and also some missteps in the gameplay. But then, other than that, this is a game that a lot of retro gamers actually do know about, and that a lot of them actually do really like this game. But at the end of the day, there were some things that could have been fixed, and there was actually a Game Boy version of this game, which was actually better received just because they fixed a few things, but I don't know, I still need to check that one out. But with all that said, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon at the next one.